Hi crafty friends, it's Mel. So I wanted to announce a future swap that I'm going to be holding, that I'm going to be hosting. This is going to be a traveler's notebook swap. So I'm going to go over a few of the details, and please don't comment unless you listen to this entire video. That way I'm going to, kind of do a roll call and see who's in. So I was trying to come up with, it's been a while since I've done a swap. A lot of you have been asking me, are you going to do a Christmas swap? Are you going to do, I just want to make sure whenever I do swaps that I have enough time to try to plan it in. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be busy. I have kids. I'm sure a lot of you do as well. And I work. So there's always a lot going on. But you still have to make time for yourself. So which is what I'm trying to do. So anyway, I am going to be going on a crop that was actually a birthday gift. It's a weekend getaway this weekend. It's going to be in Princeton, New Jersey. So if any of you out there are going, please let me know. So what I intend to do while I'm on this crop is to, get started on mine. So what this swap will insist of, and I'm going to work out some details and what you're going to have to do. So the one thing you're going to have to do is kind of be present. And by that I mean just, frequently visit my channel, see if I uploaded any updates, and I'll put a certain name for it, like Mel's Christmas Traveler Notebook Swap or whatever, whatever I decide to name it, and I'll let you know that in a future video. But basically what you're going to have to do is create a traveler's notebook. And I have a couple here, but these actually are not going to be what I am sending because I have some surprise mail on the way. I ordered a bunch from, I think it was a Cherry on Top, only because they sell like individual sheets at the Doodlebug. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I ordered a bunch of the ephemera and different things from the Doodlebugs. I believe it's called Milk and Cookies collection, and they are to die for. They're so cute. They had a lot of cute patterns, and what this swap is going to be, and although these are just ones I made, so I brought them to show you to have something to look at in the video, and this I want to share in another video, but these are just a couple that I made, just cute little ones, but these are small ones. But I think what this swap is going to be the B6 size, or close to it. So this swap, I really like these cute little chunky ones, but I tried the B6 too, and I do like that one. So I don't know, I will get back to you guys on that, but I don't know if I'm going to make it where it has to be this size or it could be this size. I think I want to do this size, so we're probably going to stick with that, the B6. And I'll tell you what, because there's a little more room in there, but what this swap is going to entail and what you'll have to do, and that's why I want you to listen to the whole entire video, so that way you know kind of what's involved, and we can go from there. So this swap is going to be open. Right now this one's going to be US only because these can get kind of heavy, these traveler's notebooks, and I don't know if it would be worth it for, I really feel bad, like some of my Canadian friends I'm sure would love to be in this swap, but I think it would cost you guys too much to have to ship back and forth, and it's already going to kind of be where you have to ship it and then you pay return shipping. So I'll get into that in a minute. But basically what you're going to have to create is a B6 traveler's notebook. And before I get into the details of what's going to have to be, what kind of like the rules are as far as that, how it's going to go is, and I hemmed and hawed about, what I was going to make the rules of this as, but I think this will be best for everyone. So initially I thought, just save you guys on postage, instead of have to ship it kind of twice, I was thinking about maybe just setting you guys up with a partner here on YouTube. So you and another partner, I'd match you guys up with a partner, and you can even get to know each other on your YouTube channels, find out what they like or what their style is, or just decide to create one on your own. And then that way you can ship it directly to your swap partner. So that way you have that person's address and they have yours. However, I want my swaps to be fair, and although like 90% of my swaps have gone well, everybody, sometimes people would have a little issue and they run into something and they would contact me and say, I'm going to be a little bit late, and that's fine as long as it's not too late. Only because people are waiting on you, and it's kind of like a commitment. You know, it's not as serious as your job, but it's something I'd like you to take serious because, you know, somebody takes their time and makes you one, and that wouldn't be fair if you then sent it to them, sent yours out to them, and they never send anything to you, and I don't like that. So in order to alleviate that, what I've done in the past is I will give you all privately once I have to limit how many people are going to be in this swap because, you know, if it's too many, it's too much to organize and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to, once I create the group and decide how many is going to be in this group, I think what we're going to do is you create one traveler's notebook, unless you want to enter yourself twice, so that way you'd get 2 back. But I'm going to work all that out. But you're going to have to create one traveler's notebook, and then you are going to have to mail that notebook to me. Okay, mail your creation to me, and you're going to have to include your postage and your little address to send it back, with the paid postage for it to then come back to you. So basically what I'm doing, long story short, is I'm having all of our swap members have to mail them to me because I want to see that everybody is sending theirs in, because it's not fair if somebody worked hard, created something for you, mailed it to you, and then they never received their mail back. So this way, if you don't send anything to me, you will not get anything. So that's kind of how it's going to go. And I hope that doesn't happen, because then I just got to mail back the person's, initial one. And maybe I would even probably at that point, create something special for that person, because that's not fair. So that's why I want everyone to listen to this fully. I want everybody to be fair, play fair, and, make sure if you commit to this that you're into it and that you're going to be able to meet the deadlines, because, come time, I don't want to get a lot of messages saying I can't, make it, I can't. So kind of plan ahead. So if you guys are into this and, would be into getting a notebook. Now this one is not fully decorated, but what I kind of want to show you is, so the rules for the swap, and I'm going to go over this further in more videos, is that, so this was actually my Halloween one. But I was like, oh, I still like this pattern, I want to use it. And this was from one of the Target dollar spots, a burlap snowflake. So I just adhered that to there, and I'm going to use this cover. But of course you see I made the little pockets on the inside for, Halloween Ori, and then these are not even covered. So this is just one I'm using now, and I didn't do all the love. I made one for somebody at work, and I decorated it beautifully, and then mine is in still the basic. So anyway, what I'm going to want from you guys is to go all out. And this doesn't even have to be pricey, and that's why I kind of like it. I mean, minus the postage, you do have to pay for 2, and what they're going to come is the medium priority flat rate envelopes, and I believe they're close to around $8. I don't know if it's $7.50, but just figure on $8 each way. So you're gonna have to send it to me once. So figure $8, and then you have to send in your $8, or you could PayPal me. We'll get to that in another video. So in the past, sometimes people, I know you're not supposed to send money in the mail, or they say it's at your own risk, but that's mainly the main method everyone has done. They just tucked, like it's been about $6 or whatever the postage is, but for this one, it's going to be $8. And then I have the envelope here, so you don't have to bother sending the bubble envelope. I have plenty, excuse me, I have plenty here, but so you're going to have to mail it to me in that priority envelope. And the reason it's the priority is because, number one, these can get heavy and they can get chunky, and then also it's bubble wrapped, it's bubble envelope, and also it'll include a tracking number. So that way if somebody says, yeah, I did mail it, we have the tracking number, we can track it down, and that way everything's a little bit more organized. So, but what I want from you in this swap is, besides it being B6, and mine may be a little bit smaller because I'll just give you a little sneak peek. I found these at my local Christmas tree shop, and I got one for me, and as you see I have an extra for one of you. And this is a nice, it's really close to the size of B6. So it might be maybe slightly a little bit larger. So I'm just going to extend, when I make the new one for you guys, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, so that way it'll house this one. So it'll pretty much be B6 size, but just enough to give it a little more wiggle room. But these are so cute. I love this buffalo check, and I don't know if I'll end up covering it because I want to use that cute doodlebug paper. I'm not sure. Or I may even go a whole nother route, but this one has, all the months and all the weeks, and you can write down and organize, so that can be included in with your other notebooks. And what I use mine for is that I write my grocery list in here. I write what I have, like if I'm going on this weekend getaway, so I write what I have to pack in these traveler's notebooks. Also, but my most favorite thing is I write what I ordered from AliExpress or any store that I order, especially if they take a long time to come. That way I can kind of check things off as they go and, you know, make sure that something came in, because all that time passes and you could forget. But just anything like that, just checklists. I just feel like there's so much going on, you know, and I'll write, you know, get dog food or whatever I have to do. I'll write it in my traveler's notebook. Then I keep these in my pocketbook. And initially I thought I liked the smaller size, and I still do. These smaller ones that I made, but the little chunky ones, but this one actually fits these notebooks better. I have more room to write, and there's just different things that I like about them. So anyway, you can make it however you want. You can just make sure you laminate it, so you have to have a laminator. And then you can, I encourage you guys to make nice pockets in here. There's plenty of videos on YouTube to show you how to do that. So just the details. And then I have, this is actually, it's not the prettiest. I don't know what this came from. This was something like a little pocketbook or something of my daughter's, and she was throwing it away. I said, wait, that could work as a, I think they call them dangles. I don't particularly like this thing hanging down here, but there's tons of stuff you can add to them. But sometimes this, I don't want too much to where it's going to get in my way. But what I use this for is it was perfect to where it fits down here. And then when you open it, it kind of holds the paper open for you. So if you're working over here, instead of having all these opening up, this will, you know, kind of hold that over there. So make one of those. Make, you know, you can get as fancy as you want and put charms at the bottom, or it can just be a simple piece of elastic. And I'm sure either way the person will enjoy it. I also want you guys to put either dashboards or like, I'll do a little laminated pocket that has a pocket in here and tuck it with some goodies. Like this is going to be like sort of a Christmas swap. I'm going to call it a winter one, so you can do a winter, and I encourage you to do somewhat winter or something that, like, even if it's gingerbread man, it could be something that's not necessarily just Christmas, or you could do Christmas. I'll go either way. So winter, where it could be just this buffalo check and so, or snowflakes, or, you know, light blue, or if you want to go, you know, the Christmas route, either or. So again, this might be something too. You want to make sure you're into Christmas. Some people don't celebrate that holiday, but that's what this swap is going to be. And for now, and then, you know, maybe in the future we'll do other swaps as well. So, and then include, see if you can find a calendar page like from your dollar store, and then cover it with the pretty paper. And then again, this is not a good example, maybe this one would be better, but I did this smaller one, and I don't even know what's in here right now, but see how I decorated the inside? I put little cards, I laminated this, and that's the front, and I covered it with pretty paper, covered this with the matching coordinating paper, and then see, there's that, got the little fancy clips, so you can make them paper clips, make them, you know, little fancy things. Again, I covered it with paper. I got a little fall to-do list in here, decorated the back. So just, you know, double-sided paper on the inside that coordinates. So just little things to add. Any type of thing you can look up, you know, maybe make a pen holder with a matching pen. These are just some ideas, you guys, but like this kind of works the same way, where you put it on and then it has your, it'll hold your page that you have on there. But this is just some ideas, and you can, like I said, make pretty little paper clips and laminate them with the coordinating paper. You guys know. So anyway, just as much as, just make sure that you cover the notebooks. And I also want to touch on, if anybody's looking for the size notebooks that you fit, just look around. The dollar store has different things. These ones in particular I want to show you are 67 cents at my Walmart. And they're where, like, the, you know, just like the school stuff is. And they have one that's the Mead brand, and I have that one brand in here too, you saw, because I'm so bad and I didn't cover my books with the coordinating paper yet, which I'm kind of glad I didn't, because at the time I was going to do this Halloween, but I think I want to use these same notebooks and swap them out and put them in another one for the winter, for my next one. So anyway, these ones have 80 sheets in them. They're 67 cents. I grabbed a couple, and it doesn't matter what